All right, we're back again. This is Rhonda House and Brandon Edwards with Secure Biometrics. We are here tonight and we're going to talk about something that's very important to fingerprinting business operators, and that is your channeling fees. Channeling is when you're going back and forth between you and the FBI. You've got to have us as an individual business can't go directly to the FBI. The FBI don't want to deal with 20 million type individuals. You know what I'm saying? And that information from the FBI is, it's very personal information about your customers and everything. So you have to be a trusted partner. Let's call them that, a trusted partner to work between you and the FBI. And that's what your channeler is. You've got to have a channeler when you're doing any type of departmental orders, electronic departmental orders, anytime that you're doing background checks and everything. And in so many states, even, they may need a channeler to go in between and stuff. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight is a channeler, what they do, what you're looking at as far as the fees, because some don't have fees, some have fees. It just depends on what you're doing. So I'm gonna let Brandon start that off, and then we're gonna swing back around and top it off. Go ahead, Brandon.
All right, Auntie, thank you for throwing out the basics of channeling and fees and things associated with it. So channeling, it can be dependent upon which agency is going to. Like you said, the FBI, that's kind of the most popular one. They have other ones where you can go to, like FINRA, Office of Personnel Management, DOD, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, depending on where you're located and stuff like that. And essentially, I'll break it down like this here. Channeling can kind of be different depending on the system you have and the state you're located in. So to go, let's say people that are in possibly California or Nevada, they can connect directly to the state, right, and do state background checks. But they have in California what is called a peer provider. So they'll have your state fees that they'll charge you, whatever it is for that particular background check, right? If it's going to do Cal DOJ or Cal DOJ plus FBI and stuff like that. So they'll have that, but then I'll have a peer provider who actually channels it to the state for them. So that's the channeling part. Their fees are very, very minimal because they know you're going to be doing a lot of it, right? In Nevada, the single source peer provider there is identical. So they'll hook you up to the gateway to the state, right? To Nevada PD. So you can do the background checks, and then you'll have your state fees included with that you would pay them. Their fees are very low as well. I think it's like maybe $2 or something. And so those are some things that you would do channeling for those particular states. If you're in some other states, like Illinois or Michigan, Ohio, or Florida, those states like that, or Arkansas, right? I don't want to forget that one. You can connect to the state, let's say, depending on your vendor. And then they don't have any additional fees outside of the state fees, right? So you'll have just the state fees for the background check. You'll get charged from the state for that, and then you pay those. If you but then those states that I mentioned have additional channeling fees. So they have some vendors where you just pay one fee, you have the enrollment, and it's
Wait a minute, it's
another vendors. Oh shoot. Okay. How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Say that part again.
The
after you went over the states, then you said the states that I previously mentioned, then they have other fees to go to, like the feds.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so start with the other states I mentioned.
Yes.
Okay, so along the other states I mentioned, depending on the live scan vendor that you're using, they may have some additional fees on top of those state fees that they charge you to channel, right? So that's something that you would have to know when you're talking to the vendor and asking them to break down what are the fees and stuff like that associated with everything. That way, you know exactly how much you're going to be paying, right? Now, if you have it located in other states that are considered either single source provided states or hybrid states or card states. And when I say single source, people say closed, but it's a single source provider essentially because they want a contract to provide states fingerprinting services. When you're doing those, generally, depending, like say, on your vendors, some vendors, they'll like the one fee you can't get out of is FBI channeling. It don't matter who you with, you gonna have to pay that one. The FBI want their money. Other stuff, with the other services, certain vendors, they'll have a fee, what's called a channeling fee that can range from $10 up to 75, depending on the vendors and stuff. Then some vendors, they'll charge you just for the module, and then they won't have any additional fees for that. So you as a business owner, you have to figure out, what is the best option for you. One has lower startup costs, the other one has higher startup costs. And then kind of over the longevity of the business, you have to see what makes more sense. And that's something that we can help you with. We assist with, people getting their live scan systems to make sure they get the best one for them. And that is and it's at the same price that you would get from the vendor. It's nothing additional that we throwing on it. And that's something too that we make sure we do, is that we have transparent pricing. There's no, we're not trying to gouge you. Like I said, that's not our mission. You can tell from all our videos, we want to make sure we're very transparent, and you get the same price you would get MSRP from the vendor.
I'll just say this. One of the things you need to consider, like as he was talking about, some vendors have a higher startup cost, but they may not charge you as much in channeling fees. What you need to know is, and even that, those vendors like that, like he said, you're always gonna have to pay the FBI. So just know that when you are looking at, we get a lot of questions about profitability. It's hard for us to say, because are you going to be doing a lot of services where you're going to be channeling? And so then you need to get ready, because that next month you're going to have a bill. You're going to have a channeling fee bill. There's it's just like how they say there's no free lunch. There ain't. So when you establish your pricing, you need to consider that. So like if you're offering, departmental orders, which is an FBI, the rap sheet for a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident alien. So if you're doing that, then you need to make sure that you price it accordingly, because you got to pay somebody to channel that bad boy. Meaning you got to pay the intermediary to talk to the FBI and then to bring that report back to you, so you can give it to your customer, or they're going to give it directly to your customer. So just know that there's fees that you're going to have to pay. It's not just as simple as, when people think about, especially if you get a live scan and you're thinking, everybody always, well, can I submit to this state? Can I submit to that state? What you need to realize is, when you're talking about submitting something and you got to channel it, there's a fee. There's a fee. That's why, we love fingerprint cards so much. Don't get me wrong. We make doggone good money, on departmental orders and the EDOs, the electronic departmental orders. We got the course Unlocking EDOs. I make wonderful money on those. But again, you got to realize that when you're doing those type of reports, there are going to be other fees. So you need to make sure that you hold some of that money back, because next month you're going to have that bill. Just like you're going to have to pay your office rent, you're going to have a bill. You just need, and the supplies and everything else, there's just a lot more to it. So that's why I don't ever want us to, I don't ever want y'all to think that when you come to us and you say, you ask these questions, will I be successful? What are you charging? I don't know. What are you pushing? You know what I'm saying? Because there's other fees and expenses associated with the business than just the upfront, than just getting started. And that's what channeling fees are.
Yeah, definitely the recurring monthly expenses of operating a business. That's what you sign up for when you start a business, is normal operating costs, and you have to put those in there. And so we wanted to, be sure to kind of cover that for everyone, so they can get an idea exactly what channeling it is, and what to expect once you start this business. If you decide to go live scan, and if you're able to, connect to your state and go direct, or if you're going to be doing, some of the commercial services like the FBI channeling or FBI background checks, and doing, FINRA or something like that. So I hope that this has been able to shed some more light on it for you all, so you can be prepared a little bit more for when you start this business.
Yeah, so your mind won't be blown. You know, like you have a really good month, man. See, you know, we got a story for everything. We ended up with a business that brought us a whole bunch of employees. I'm talking like 30 some employees, and they all needed a background check. I think this was the I don't know, I can't remember what industry it was because we do so many different people, but they all needed the FBI background check. Okay. So that's wonderful until that bill came the next month. So what I'm telling you is when you have them big months and you like, cause you charging, you know, or you have a whole bunch of FDLEs, you know, where you can submit to Florida. Like I charge 150 on it. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. But then when you get them bills for 61.25 for each one of them that you tag, man, you know, that's why you have to price your stuff accordingly. And you got to know what you're talking about, because you can easily underprice yourself, and then you get that channeling bill the next month and you like, okay, I thought I made X number of dollars, but really you didn't, because you didn't include your channeling fees. You didn't even include that in your pricing, you know. Make sure you get paid for what you're doing, because them channeling fees can be quite surprising. And that's why when everybody's like, well, I want to submit to this state, I want to be able to submit to that state. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's why you would rather everybody come get a fingerprint card, because there ain't no channeling fees on that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's just something that you need to keep in mind.
Oh, let me say one other thing too about going direct to the state. A lot of states, they pull the money as soon as you send the transaction.
Ooh.
So just be known, when you are direct to the state, they pulling it. As soon as you hit transmit, boom, it's coming out your account. So you got to make sure you supplying them with a bank account or credit card on file, so that to cover, you know, all of your transactions for the month. Right. And so I just want you to be aware that, you know, once you do go direct, it's coming out right then and there.
Right then, right there. And you best make sure you got enough money on that credit card that you got, that they, because look, they send you the form. Oh yeah, hey girl, come on, we gonna hook you up. Oh here, please fill out this credit card authorization form, and that bad boy, you better have some money on that card too, because dude, they hit it. As soon as you hit the button, it's like you can watch your bank account just go like this. As soon as you hit that submit button. So don't be in a rush to transmit everywhere. That's all we saying. Be aware of your channeling fees.
Yeah, just be prepared. Yeah,
that's right. Woo! Yes, buckle up for safety. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be ready.
Yeah.
Again, we are Rhonda and Brandon with Secure Biometrics. Our website is securebiometrics.co. Please subscribe to the channel, share the videos, and keep an eye out because we're going to be dropping coupon codes for our Black Friday sale coming up. Thank you, and as always, have a blessed day.